Hi, it's Richard from Ignite Growth and also the author of Remarkable Business Growth. Now, one thing I talk a lot about in here is sales conversion, sales process, running pipelines, having yourself a simple sales process that every lead goes through. Because as I said in the lead generation video, one of the main problems that people has is actually a conversion problem. It's not a lead generation problem. They've actually got enough leads coming into their business from various sources. They're just not very good at converting those leads into opportunities and customers. So again, having a predictable, structured sales process and running pipelines that has broken your sales process down into stages so every lead goes through is the way to address that and make sure that your sales conversion is as high as it can possibly be. So we're looking at conversion rates of around 25%, around 1 in 4 leads should turn into a customer at some stage. You know, if you can get that to 1 in 3 or you can improve the 25%, then again you're not generating any more leads at the front end. All you've done is optimized your sales conversion and your processes to make sure that you're converting at a better rate. So you can effectively afford to spend more per lead at the front end because you know you're converting them into customers. So a simple sales process to me would look something like leads, appointments, presentations and sales. So that's a 4-stage process. Now each of you will have a different process, a different way that you take people on a journey with you when they're in your sales pipeline. But certainly the metrics I would be measuring are the number of leads which are coming in each month, the number of those leads which turns into appointments, actually face-to-face appointments, Zoom calls, on the phone, you know, but basically some form of appointment, and in a lot of cases it'll be 2 appointments. There'll be a connect call and an exploratory call. Then number 3, presentation. So how many of those appointments and those initial calls turn into a solutions presentation? So you presenting your solution to the prospective customer, which is then going to lead to sales. So out of all those presentations, how many turn into a sale? So those 4 metrics are really key to the engine at the heart of your business, that sales engine, which has to work in every business as it grows, because as your lead generation ramps up and you generate more leads in, you want predictable conversion all the way along the process to a customer. Okay, so think about laps and then think about your sales process. So a great example was how we ran our sales process in Digital Media Edge, my digital agency. We would have a lead come in, probably an inbound lead. It would then be a connect call first thing. So every single person went through a 15-minute connect call where all I did was talk about them and their business, their challenges, their opportunities, what they're looking to achieve, their growth goals. I'd try and get very specific about where they want to be in the next 12 months, because really in that I'm trying to identify 3 things, and we used to call it pain, power and fit. So pain, do they have enough pain that we can help with our solutions? So is what they're suffering something we can address and we know they'll be a great fit for what we do? Power, again, are they the decision maker, or do we need to invite other people to the next meeting? So again, in this 15-minute call, I'm really setting up the hour-long exploratory call where I'm going to go deeper into the subject. And fit, are they a good fit for what we do? So are they the right size company? Is it the right person we're speaking to? And then is that problem the right thing? So we had a really clear ideal customer profile in our business, and we'd mapped that out so we could say really a binary yes or no. Yes, they're a good fit, or no, they're not a good fit, because we knew that clearly what a good customer looked like to us. So again, pain, power, fit was what we were trying to ascertain in that 15-minute call. The end of that 15-minute call always finished with setting up the longer hour-long exploratory call. So it sounds like we've got some areas we really need to dig in deeper here. I'm pretty sure we can help you get to where you want to be. Is it time to invite John, Sarah and Tony into the conversation as well? So I'd always prep up, we need everybody in the next call, and then I would set the date for the next call. Then it led to that exploratory hour-long call, and again that just went into deeper really. We were looking at their challenges, we were looking at what they were trying to achieve in far more detail. Some of the timescales were then put in place in that exploratory call. And then in the last 10 minutes of that hour was actually when we started talking about ourselves. All the rest was talking about them and asking questions about them. And again, I think that's great for anybody watching this video to take away from it, is all you should do in those first few calls is focus on that person, and as you're talking to them, really getting all the information you need. You should have a list of questions that you need answers to before you can ever get close to a solution presentation. Following our exploratory call, that's what led to our presentation. Or we might have a recap call. We often had a half-hour recap and goal setting call just to double check we were all on the same page. We were as an agency and they were as a customer. This is what you want to achieve. These are some of the problems you're trying to overcome. These are the results you want to see. We wanted all that in agreement before we ever did a proposal, a quote, or a presentation. Then we would move to that presentation stage and we would prepare a very personalised presentation, about an hour and a half long. It would be a PowerPoint presentation. The slides were always personalised to that business, so it wasn't a generic slide deck we used, and we would have outcomes. We'd have 3 outcomes in our slide deck as well. This is what we expect to happen. This is worst scenario, this is our expected scenario, and this is a best case scenario. So we would always have specific things that showed we were not just there to help their business grow, but that we felt that our impact on that growth would be substantial, and the upside, really the best case scenario, was way beyond what they were imagining. So it often opened up a conversation about that as well. We would then, at the end of that presentation, we would say, right, these are the next steps, this is what's going to happen next. And when we left that presentation, I wanted the confidence that they wanted to work with us, and the only factor that maybe was they would or wouldn't work with us would be that they couldn't afford to. So that was the only thing that I would address over and over again, but the value was built into everything. So we converted at around 60–70% of our presentations into customers. So again, that was a very clear sales process. I just wanted to share that with you because, again, try fitting that to what you're doing. Try breaking down what you do in your sales process so that your sales conversions go through the roof. Hopefully that was useful. It's work I do with clients when I'm working on a consultancy basis. I dig very deep into their sales conversion, each of their conversion metrics, to make sure that we're optimizing and growing the business that way as well. So if you need any help with that, just email me on richard@ignitegrowth.co.uk, or you can also just click a button below and you'll be able to set up an hour-long strategy call with me, and I'll happily talk about your specific business with you. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.